You guys hear about Bennett?
Alright, write this down. You won't spend long on this because it's just formulas again. Today, looking at spheres. Two things, we're just going to look at the formulas for the surface area and the volume, I believe. Which I thought somebody asked you about surface area and volume. Maybe not. You probably actually could figure it out on your own without the formulas, but let's look at it anyway. Volume of a sphere. Let's draw a nice sphere. How do you show a sphere? You do a little circle, put a little dash line around it. There's your sphere. And remember, when we talked about volumes, oh, maybe we don't, because it doesn't come to a point, does it? No, I'm just going to give it to you here. This is the volume of a sphere. It is volume S equals 4/3 pi. I was going to put a pi in there somewhere. R to the third power. R cubed. So the only thing you need to find the volume of the sphere is the radius, which is really the only dimension you can have with a sphere. You can have its diameter or its radius, which is the same thing. So let's just make life simple here. Let's say they gave you this dimension here as being 6. So if you're plugging that into your formula, by the way, you could also write this like this. It's the same thing as 4 pi r cubed over 3. Same exact formula. Either way you want to do it. Well, let's substitute the numbers in here. 4 pi times 3 times 3 times 3, because that's the radius of divided by 3. Cross cancel if we can. And then you're just left with 9 times 4, which is 36 pi. Let's make that inches. Inches cubed. Which, you know, what actually do what? Because you never really understand this. Am I stuttering too much? I need a ball. Oh, where's that baseball?
Ball.
Baseball? Ball. Okay. This is too big for me really, but do I have a golf ball?
Nice.
Ready.
I have a golf ball in my locker. Yeah.
Let's just do the baseball.
She found it in the hallway.
Did I mention this baseball was touched by Chris Prime?
Yes.
Really?
What about Desmond?
So here we go. Let me ask you this question. Here's a guess for you. 1 cubic centimeter. Picture that. How many, if you were taking just a straight up wild out guess, how many of these 1 cubic centimeters do you suppose would fit into this baseball? I want you to guess the volume in cubic centimeters of this baseball.
20 cubic centimeters.
Write it down on your paper, because I can tell you, Carter, you could not be any farther from the truth. Really, you think only 20 of these? I'm going to tell you, rarely do you ever, you should really try to guess high, because most people, when they think of volume, go way, way, way too low. And then I'll get the measurements, and we will actually calculate the volume of this. Put yours down, see what you think. To the person who gets closest, I will give their choice, and this is fresh candy, don't you worry. Either this box of hot tamales or this box of rainbow noise.
Can it be in terms of time?
Rainbow noise.
No, I want an actual, so you're going to have to substitute 3.14 for pi. Are you actually you're actually doing the calculations? I like that. I was hoping you would try it without calculating.
I don't know the diameter of a baseball.
I know you don't.
I don't
So
either.
you
It's
have to
like
guess
4
that.
inches. No, 3. No, 2.
Well, don't tell me.
I was just looking at
Evelyn is cheating. She's actually counting.
Well, I guess if you want the box of candy, is good enough.
He's already overstressed with Bennett.
I will give you until the music stops. Once the music stops, you have to put your pencil down and have your guess. Ready? It's only like 10 seconds, so maybe less. Write your guesses down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down.
Bennett.
So here we go. Let's actually do it. Do not have a pen in your hand, Brand. I see. Here we go. Let me get this. Gotta get to the center side. Tell me what you think that is. Height in centimeters.
7.
Carter, are you Tyler?
You think it's centimeter 7?
Oh, I overcalculated.
I overcalculated.
Fine, sir.
How much did you
8.
I put 100.
That's better for you.
I put 70.
Life would have been a lot better if it would have been 9. Because I need to split it in half. Well, no, 8 is okay. So this is actually 8. So here we go. Here's your calculations. Half of 8 is 4. So it's 4 pi times 4 times 4 times 4 divided by 3. And we'll figure out what that is. Oh boy. 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64 times 4 is 256. If you take 256, does 3 go into that? No, it doesn't. So let's multiply that by pi. And I'm actually going
Collector.
Where'd you put it from?
I put 174.
256 times, where's my time bar? Times 3.14. This all gets divided by 3, by the way, so don't think that's the answer. 803.84 divided by 3 equals, there are 268, roughly. 268.
I'll put 7, Dave.
47.
324.
Who's got something close to 268? Savage?
294.
Nobody's got any closer than that, so that would be 26 off.
324.
I got 47.
70.
Again, can you imagine that you could get almost 300 of these? Did we do something wrong? That doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Even that seems big.
No.
Well, if you were guessing, by the way, if you made, let's say you just made pi 3. So 4 times 3 times 4 times 4 times 4. I mean, those would cross out, and it is 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, which was 256. Could you imagine that? Why does that not?
That's a lot of people.
Well, that's a block of 1,000.
Oh, yeah, listen, Altenberg says this.
All up next.
I agree. Here's 1,000 of them. Do you think this takes up a quarter of that block? It probably does, or pretty close when you look at it. Do you think you could get 4 baseballs inside this?
No.
I think you could. Pretty close you can.
Pretty close.
If you rip the baseballs up,
Pretty close. We have a hard time thinking volume, just so you know. It's not an easy 3-dimensional thing.
I can see that.
Well, if we had a cup that was this, and we had that with that. Perfect. Now, let's move on from there, so now you know. And then the other one you need to know is surface area, children. The formula for the surface area. If you were trying to wrap this baseball in wrapping paper because you wanted to give it to your significant, wait, which one of these did you want? Surface area is, I believe it's just 4 pi r squared, but I'm going to find it here. Surface area, where does it, no. Where does it say surface area? Let me look at surface area.
Oh, my book's not even open.
Example 2.
Where's it give it though? Oh, there it is. Surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r squared. Surface area of a sphere is 4 times pi times r squared. You should be familiar with the pi r squared. That's the area of a circle. So the basic gist is you can get 4. If you had 4, the area of the circle, if you have 4 of these, it would cover that whole thing. So let us do that for this one here. What are we using? 8?
Yeah.
Which is this. You would just take 4 times pi times 4 times 4. That's the radius of my little circle here, which is our baseball. Which would give
16
you
pi.
no,
This is 64 pi.
64 pi inches or centimeters squared, which is close to 200 centimeters squared, correct? Multiplied by 3, which you don't think about that. How big of a piece of paper is a 200 square centimeter piece?
11 minus.
Well, I would go up. If you're doing,
No, that's
Seven-
if you're doing 200 centimeters squared, you could have a piece of wrapping paper that is 10 centimeters by 20 centimeters. That would give you 200 centimeters. So it would be if this guy would put my ruler back.
I give it to me.
It would only have to be this tall. Well, I could do it real time. Here's the real piece of paper, whoever is that. See what? There's 20. Oh wait, I needed a 10 by 20, didn't I? So this size piece of paper would wrap your baseball. If the problem is you can't get the paper to lay flat on a curved surface, so it'd be a little tough. See, if you had a box of water, that would never happen.
Look
That
at
card.
He can drink that all day long and not make any noise whatsoever. So
Box water is better.
those are the 2 formulas that you will need.
innovation.
Shabam, we will stop with that.